Yeah. This how we starting off season 2?
That's how you starting off season 2, man. I
Nah,
thought we left
man.
that in season 1.
We saving it for season 10.
Yeah, season 10. Okay.
Hey, look, man, it's been what? It's been about what, 4 months, 3 months? November, right?
I think the last episode was in November, right?
November. So November, December, January. We're at the end of January, so about 3.5 months, maybe at most. A lot has happened in the last 3.5 months. Of course, we in 2024 now. It's a new year. A lot has happened in terms of personally in our individuals' lives, and besides that, the world has changed a little bit too, man. It's been a lot of chaotic stuff going on, in terms of politically, distractions. You call it distractions. There's always going to be distractions. Politically, environmentally, just
socially,
economically, a lot has changed. We're in the middle of course, a new presidential election. There's wars going on, rumors of wars, natural disasters, but nonetheless, brothers,
rumors of AI taking over the world.
All right, machine learning is on the come up heavily. So, but nonetheless, we're blessed and we're here. We're ready for season 2, regardless of what distractions or what turmoil may be going on. It doesn't matter. You still gotta level up, right?
Still gotta level up, man.
Right, man. So
perseverance,
man. Welcome to season 2, guys. We're excited for the new revamped. It's not on you, it's in you.
It's not in you. It's not on you, it's in you. You right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's in you, not on
man.
you. It's in you, not on you.
It's in you, not on you, man. So, before we even get started, bro, I want you to talk about some of the new designs you got going on, and what you've been working on the last 3.5 months.
Oh yeah, man. Just architecting new frameworks and how we're gonna deploy infrastructure.
Right.
I got somebody special here in the audience today, man. I got my boy D-Saw. He pulled up on me, man.
D-Saw.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Me and him actually met on social media, man. I've been looking to build with some people, man, and a lot of times it don't be the people that you know personally.
Right.
And so me and him pretty much, we met on social media, man, and we hit it off. And he was like, "Hey, bro, I'm trying to build, and I'm serious about it."
Right.
And I saw him, man. He had some motion going. I'm like, yeah, I can build with that guy.
No, most definitely. So, yeah, he followed me and he was engaging. At first I was like, who this dude? Where he come from? And then I recognized, Kosi talked about you actually a little while ago. He brought you up. He was like, yeah, I met this dude who does real estate and stuff. So, we look forward to bringing a lot of people, man, a lot of people that we've been networking with coming across onto the show, of course, new faces, new talents, just people with dreams and ambition. But outside of that, let's touch up on your designs, man.
Oh yeah, man. You see this design, man. We got the NU, man, the new Suns, looking good, looking glamorous, man.
I love this one, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's a beautiful masterpiece, bro.
It's been evolving, and personally.
And it represents. It came a long way, compared to when we first started out.
Right.
Right. That says a lot about the designer, man. My brother Ricky, man, he believes in what I'm doing. And so
Ricky,
Ricky, shout out to you, man. He really taking his time on, in his craft on my product,
definitely. Most definitely, bro.
But ultimately, man, it's in you, not on you. You know
what have you learned? I mean, like you said, you have a designer. You're of course the head of your company, NU Enterprises, right?
NU Enterprise, New King Enterprise.
Right. So
all the same thing.
I know you have a lot going on, but what have you learned in terms of trying to establish this brand in these last few months of working with your designer and things of that nature?
Absolutely, man. Just being more organized, and it's a lot of paperwork that goes into place. Knowing where my money.
You don't play about no paperwork. I tell you that.
Yeah, I'm serious about the paperwork. Mikhail took a long time to sign the paperwork
right.
on me, man. So I'm like,
I had to get my lawyers to look at some of these clauses that he had in these, what I mean,
but yeah,
deals that he had coming across my table.
Like, no, man, that don't work for me. I'm like, it gotta work. It gotta work.
We had to, work out some deals, some contracts, but we good, man.
Yeah, but man, it's been a learning experience, knowing where my money is going, where it's not going, knowing where my time is going, where my energy is going, where it's not going.
Right.
And ultimately, we have the ability is in us and not on us to architect the life that we want. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, NU stand for, making you a new king that represents prosperity, perseverance, and give you the ability to endure anything that you're going through in your life, because that's what it's ultimately about, right?
Right.
And waking up that inner God, man, being on
Right.
like God time type stuff.
No, most
Um,
definitely, bro. And that's what I love about your brand. Of course, it's speaking on things that are spiritually, mentally, and just overall, man. It represents the higher self, right?
Absolutely,
Tapping
the
into
level
that
up.
God side of your soul in terms of what we want to represent and what we want to be about in life. So, yeah, I'm
Absolutely,
excited, bro. I'm excited.
and it's a masterpiece, bro. You know, you gonna shine anytime you step out with it on. You know, people gonna
Yeah,
want to
it
know
definitely draws some attention, a whole lot of attention.
it.
Huh?
You
I'm
know,
like,
for the guys who don't get women, man, you put on that and you king, man, you'll get you some women. I'm telling you.
proven and tested, huh?
Yeah, proven and
Proven and
tested. You
tested.
know what I'm saying?
No, most definitely. So I'm excited for you, bro. I'm loving the new designs, the progress, what you got going on, and shout out to Ricky and your whole team, man.
It's Ricky, bro.
Today, man, I wanted to talk about a few other things. Me and Kosi.
I'm gonna let you lead the way, man, because I came here unprepared. He said he gonna
Nah,
throw me some
you know what it
curveballs, and
is,
we're gonna
bro.
see how it's gonna go.
It's not even that you're unprepared. Of course, as we walk into season two, first episode, we just wanted to kind of just jump it off and let you guys know that we're back. But we didn't really have much conversation in terms of how this dialogue might go. But I had some ideas as the day came up this morning, and I wanted to kind of look at it from a frame of, let's put it this way: it's 2024, right? A lot of people, of course, have set new, goals. They've set up, some new, what they call it, vision boards and things of that nature to accomplish this year, right? But I wanted to touch on perhaps, from what you know and what I know, right? And perhaps things that we've researched on and what we're looking to actually jump into as well. Maybe you could give me about three business ideas that you could think of that are, for one, low barrier of entry, right? For someone who's like, hey, look, I don't got no money, man, but I have, skills. I have things that I could put into play,
Hmm.
and I'm trying to start something outside of my work, right? A side hustle or not, because to level up in this life, of course, we all understand that we need to create our own streams of income, right? Yeah, you can grow within corporate levels, and if that's your career path, that's what you choose. It's one thing, but you can't depend on one stream of income, is what we've learned, especially in this day and age, right?
Right.
You got to have multiple streams of income, or at least build something that you're going to have equity in, or invest your money in some type of way, right? You got to build wealth.
Right.
I wanted to touch on, ideas that maybe even other people can consider as we go into this new year. We're almost in February, man. Low barrier of entry, money that business that you could start, different skills that you could jump in, things that maybe that struck your curiosity. Um,
Absolutely, bro. That's
yeah.
pretty simple, man. Any in today's time, you can really hop into the media content creation, and I
Hmm.
say that simply because it gives you the ability to do anything that you want to do. Whether you like kittens, you like dogs, you like pillows,
All right.
you like sunglasses, whatever. You
Hmm.
can you can be an adversary and you can advertise that
Right.
in which it is that you like to do because it's a market out there for it.
Right.
You know, kind of like on a couple of episodes back, I said, we don't market our product to the people who don't like our product or who don't like us.
Hmm.
We market our product and we try to get those people that do like our product and who do like us. So what
Right.
better way to do that than to do it in content and social media and all these different
Hmm.
media streams and whatnot. And then you can be able to funnel sales through those platforms.
Hmm.
And so with that, you can simply create a, um, a simple website like a Shopify account.
Hmm.
I think it costs like maybe 12 to anywhere between $5 to $10 to start a Shopify account.
Shopify account me if you want. I'll put my
Yeah,
link up there for y'all.
yeah.
You
So
could get a $1 discount for the first 3 months.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And then I think it costs about 30 some dollars a month to run a Shopify
but
account. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So it literally when it comes to social media, all it takes is your energy and your time.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All
Like
right.
it, but it's relatively low compared to you going to a job working every day and not having equity in what you do.
Right.
You have equity in you building your own brand. Like for me, most of my hats, my products have been sold online.
Hmm.
You know, that's come with me wearing my product and people seeing me out and about like, ooh, that shit's shiny. Who is that? What that represent?
Right.
You know, and so it started to be appealing to them because now I'm tapping into a market who it appeals to, not to
Right.
who it don't appeal to.
Right.
Right. So that's one. Um, and yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what it is in today's time.
In today's time, for
Yeah,
sure. I mean, that's
yeah,
definitely one definitely. I think low. barrier or of entry type of business, right? E-commerce.
Yeah, so
Uh,
that is e-commerce.
yeah,
Yeah.
starting your own business, whether you have an idea, like you said, you want to sell, cat, whatever product or whatever you want to sell,
You can sell
honestly, in this
kitty
day.
litter if you
You
want
could, you
to.
could sell kitty litter, you could sell whatever you want, essentially, whether you do it the Amazon FBA, way, or essentially which FBA means fulfilled by Amazon, right? So you could do it with Amazon, it could be a little saturated, but with Amazon, it's not low of entry, low barrier of entry because you still have to invest in inventory, and you still have to essentially put in some marketing dollars, right? But essentially, you could do drop shipping, right? Drop shipping is another form of e-commerce. So you could get into, getting products from whatever it be, Alibaba or these different Chinese suppliers, right? And essentially, the good thing about it is that you don't have to pay upfront for the product. You build your website. Of course, there is, marketing involved regardless, right?
Right.
In today's world, though, like with TikTok Shop and all these different things, you
Yeah.
can market at a very like,
A low cost, like
yeah, exactly,
especially with TikTok, like the way the algorithm moves on TikTok compared to all other social media streams, and with
right,
like with the power of Chat GPT.
right,
Specifically, I want to put emphasis on Chat GPT. Like, think about the idea of being able to compartmentalize all the information over the internet onto
mm-hmm,
one platform,
mm-hmm,
and you utilize that information in what you get and put it as a caption
right,
under whatever it is that you promote.
right,
Like, you can literally think of a caption, but the creativity and knowing what the people in the masses want compared to Chat GPT already knowing that information,
right,
it'll help your product or whatever your service is that you're scaling. It'll make it a more streamlined process,
mm-hmm,
getting to a wider audience in a much faster way compared to you having to think of this creativity on your own.
definitely. That's definitely one skill, man. E-commerce is. I mean, we see kids, young kids, making money, right? Getting
Yeah.
some real money off of e-commerce and creating these different shops. That's one.
Right.
Okay. Second idea that I've looked into personally is a creative agency, ad agency, right?
Mm-hmm.
One thing in business, I think what's important is, having I love this business model. It's something that I'm very deeply interested in because,
You said
one,
what's that again?
creative ad agency.
Creative ad agents. Okay.
So that's helping businesses essentially, market their products online, right? This,
Mm-hmm.
of course, requires understanding of Facebook marketing, TikTok, Google, SEO, different things, right? But essentially, uh, why I like this business model is, for one, is because, of course, it's low barrier of entry, right? Still, because all you're doing is really getting leads, and you can get leads online, establish your business, get your LLC, get your CRM, all that set up, and then once you get into it, it's about, of course, you might market your business a little bit, but overall, you'd be able to go out there and prospect and get businesses. But once you understand the skill, if you have the skill for it, that's the first part. You have to learn the skill of doing so, right? But there's different way of doing arbitrage to where you can outsource that skill too. If you're on the front side getting the business, you dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing that I love about it is because it's reoccurring revenue, right? Like, somebody might buy something from me on TikTok shop or whatnot. I might have a trending, product. Plus, you still got to test a few products before you get a winning product, right? So you have to test the market. Oh, you know what? I see this jumping off. I'm gonna double down on marketing. Versus this, it's reoccurring revenue because once I get a customer and what I'm doing works for them, I have retainers, I have contracts in place, and this is a customer month to month paying me on residual income. So, something that I've been learning recently, one of my favorite people that I've been learning from, Iman Ghazi, that's something I wanted us to watch together actually when we have some time today, perhaps. But, just giving y'all some game, right? I just wanted to sit down today and put out some ideas. And then the good thing is, they're going to see us succeed with one of these this year. The whole point is that we got to make $1 million this year, bro.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Let me ask you this: do you think it's a business in today's time that can thrive without social media marketing?
No. I mean, yes, you probably might find something, but honestly, why? Like, why would you? Social media is the best thing that ever happened to us. It's free.
Right.
It's a free CRM, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, imagine we have a tool in our hands, in our phones, I mean, in our pockets, that's free. We don't get charged for. And even just on the lowest, man, of things, like even with, what without even having to put marketing dollars to it, right? You can get engagement.
Mhm.
I still make some sales. Like I and you and I both have started some brands, right? This past year,
Right.
we didn't put no marketing dollars except we posted our stuff on Instagram. We sent it to people, and we made some sales without even have to put a penny into something. Based on your personal brand, you're able to already make sales, right? So without social media, I mean, in this day and age, I think you'd be decapitating yourself and putting yourself behind, because it's in a it's you're in a competitive world where things are evolving, and the most important thing right now is to have a personal brand and to be able to, at least if not personal brand, because you can build a faceless brand, which is another thing that I love.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. I think it was one of the, I can't really recall his name, but he's like really big on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
He don't put his face in any of his
Anything,
yeah.
right? Videos.
Like honestly, even like with the the
Somebody's
fireplace,
making money right
somebody
now.
making money off of that. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's like
Faceless YouTube channels.
a lot of times it be so simple and we make it so complex, like it got to be well thought out. It's
All
like
right.
it could be the simplest thing, like, bro, let's make a fireplace.
Isn't that crazy?
A digital
A
fireplace.
digital fireplace, man. Because I didn't see video, like we see those videos with like Zen sounds, rain sounds.
Yeah,
You be listening to. Have you seen the views on those?
because I actually utilize those from time to time when I just want like pure serenity,
Right,
like, and I want to be peaceful. I use those. You know what I'm
bro.
saying? But somebody's making money off of that. Like people, like they're literally, profiting off of their own creativity, though. You
Think
know?
about it. That's low barrier of entry.
Yeah.
That's essentially reoccurring revenue. That's passive income.
Right.
Because once you upload it, it is just working on its own,
Right.
and you just collecting.
Right. I agree.
That's crazy too, honestly, because it's like you said, sometimes we overthink certain things, right? And there's so many ways to get money in this day and age, but without doing, like, to do it with the internet is necessary, bro.
I think a lot of times we just think it's so stupid at the time,
Right.
and we don't really execute on it. It's like, bro, this is stupid. This is never gonna work. But it's saying
Then you see somebody else doing it, you're like,
you're
what
like, bro, I should have did. I thought of that a while back. Well, no, you didn't, because you didn't execute.
You didn't
on it. You wasn't
execute.
wise and
You didn't execute, man. Execution is important, most
Yeah.
definitely. That's another idea.
Yeah.
Faceless YouTube channels. What else can you think of, man?
Man, I mean, it gets no better than social media to me, bro. I feel
Yeah,
like
because
and media, it's the only
yeah,
way. And in this
because
day and age, I mean, you can go about doing business the old way, but that's the least efficient way to do it. You know what
right,
I'm saying? You have to continue to evolve with the new technologies, and that's one of the things that I learned, from previous companies that my family ran. We didn't adapt, we didn't evolve with the new technologies, and business pretty much got outdated, and we
right,
had to liquidate.
right, most
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying? So yeah, we have to continue to evolve with new technology. That's just like, I talk a lot about ChatGPT. You don't talk about it as much as I do, but it's something that we got to continue to evolve
Yeah,
with.
yeah. I'm very familiar, of course, with
Yeah.
ChatGPT. I actually use it a lot.
Oh, you do?
These
Okay.
days, I'm actually really learning on.
That's what's
Well,
up.
you can utilize it for copywriting, for so many things. But now, what I love with ChatGPT
I
is that
wrote
you
I,
can attach.
I use it to write up that contract.
Yeah, I know you
That
did. I when I first sent you a contract, I used ChatGPT too.
oh, okay. Okay.
Try to play me. Listen, what I love about it is that now that they're allowing you, well, they've created a way for you to attach different plugins
Yeah.
and apps in different ways, right? That other companies also you can utilize to. I mean, it's a superpower, bro, and you got to utilize it, right?
Yeah.
It's cutting back on time. You might not be experienced in one thing, and you're finding a better way to do it without having the experience. You know what I'm saying? So I might not know how to copyright, but I'm allowing this AI tech to do it for me. It's like we gotta use our resources. You don't gotta be the most smartest person, bro. You just gotta be someone that is clever.
Right.
Be clever in how you move around. It's not about how much energy you put into something. It's not work harder. It's work smarter these days. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
But
so
that's always been the case, though. Even during slavery in the not during the 1920s and the 1850s and stuff like that. During slavery, it was always work smarter and not harder. So I guess in that sense, that was a form of technology during that time.
nah, they made you work harder. That.
But I'm saying though, as a owner, or
My brothers wanted to work smarter.
listen,
They make him work harder.
Listen, as an owner or a slave master, you can't make me believe, like, bro, if you can be more efficient in doing this way, it equates to more productivity.
Yeah, they didn't
You know
want
what I'm saying?
productivity. They wanted to break your spirit, brother.
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I'm more profitable if you're more
No,
productive.
most definitely,
You know
man.
what I'm
But
saying?
these guys, slavery, man. We ain't gonna touch on slavery, bro. You about to get me mad up here. No, but
That's
nah.
we're
Of
gonna
course,
definitely talk about that too.
no. But I know what you're talking about. Of course, of
Yeah.
course. You got to be smart on how you produce, right? Other things that I thought about, brother. uh, threw off my whole thought of process. You know what I mean? I talked about slavery. Now I'm like, okay, what are we about to do? But other things I was thinking about in terms of streams of income or businesses that you can get into, man. I mean, overall, service-based business is always great,
Yeah.
because there is reoccurring revenue and repeat business on those, and you build a nice list of, clientele, um, and it's something that you could depend on. Learning how to, you know what? I'll say this, bro. Something that we both been doing for the last. I mean, I don't know how long you've been in sales for, but I've been in
I've been
sales
in
for about 7 years
I've been
now.
in sales all my life. I'm selling you right now.
Selling me right now. That's a good way to put it. But in terms of like work wise or just like in that environment, I've been in professionally been in sales for about 7 years, right? That's the number one skill you need to have in this day and age, bro. Like regardless of what you're doing, right? I don't care what you into, man. You have to know how to sell, And so, what are things that you've learned, or that you could say in this experience of, becoming a master salesman, right? Because that's essentially what it takes to become. Because when you
Oh,
think about the greatest, like even influencers, like Andrew Tate, and these people, they're selling you an idea. They're selling you, um, a personality, an image, ideology. So, what do you think is the number one requirement or direction someone should take in acquiring this skill?
I think it's pretty simple, bro. It's learning how to communicate and articulate.
Right,
Express your ideas and be able to relate it to whoever that you're trying to persuade, right?
right.
Um, and for me, it has worked tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still, and it's progressive. Like it's like different scenarios and situations that you're in is different, right? But it's learning to be genuine within those situations and really being able to communicate and express yourself thoroughly and knowing yourself, bro.
Right.
Like if you're not confident in what you're saying or what you're selling, it's not gonna get sold.
Mm-hmm.
People want to feel like it's sincere, it's genuine. Is this what his product, his service that he's selling? Is it genuine? Is what it does it provide value to me? So it results to communication and getting back to what I was saying earlier. You know, you can literally sell anything. It's a market for anything, right? You can sell kitty litter. There's somebody out there that want kitty litter. I may not want it. You may not want it, but it's out there for
It's a
somebody.
billion-dollar industry,
It's a
probably. We
it's a
gotta
it's
look
a
into it.
billion. It may be a billion, maybe $1 trillion industry. I don't know, but it's a market for it.
Uh,
So it have to you have to touch those intimate spots with those consumers, right? So
yeah,
yeah,
man.
sales is a high ticket, skill set that everyone needs,
Most definitely,
and
you
I feel
can't
like
do it
it's really
without that.
simple to grasp, honestly.
Uh, you know, I think it comes with experience. Some people have it in terms of the personality. You know what I mean? You can have an advantage starting off in sales if you have certain type of personality traits. But I think it's an acquired skill overall that you have to continuously work on.
But a lot of people sell and they don't realize that they're selling. Like they're
Yeah.
communicating something. Like when a person goes on an interview for a job, they don't realize it's a sale, it's a transaction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can be working in project management, but you have to sell the idea that this project needs to go in this direction and
Mm-hmm.
this way for it to work effectively. You have to report that infrastructure to somebody, right? So it's a sale. A lot of people in sales and don't realize that they're in sales, right?
Yeah. I mean, for sure. Or they just don't understand how important it is to learn how to sell. So, they're missing out on opportunities. So it's definitely a skill. I mean, what is perhaps, I know you read books, right? It's something that you love to do. Have you read any books on sales that you could recommend at this time?
I mean, I just started this book called Spin Selling. I
Hmm.
can't really, tell you about it because I haven't really got deep enough in it.
Yeah.
I'm on like page 6 or 7.
Yeah.
But based on what I've read so far, it's basically saying lower value sales, the same skills that you use for lower value sales, you can't utilize those same skills for higher value sales. And
Right.
matter of fact, if you continue to use lower value sales techniques for higher value sales it can actually harm you.
And
That's what I
what
meant
do you
by
mean by, like, perhaps if you could break this down? What do you mean by
so
lower and higher value sales?
so lower value sales, it can be something simply
Low ticket.
like for example, my hats. That type of sale versus me selling a product or a service to a enterprise size company.
Okay.
It's different techniques that I have to utilize to get that
Mm-hmm.
product because
Mm-hmm.
companies have to put together like proposals to, you know,
Right.
to get this sell across.
Yeah.
Versus my hat, I don't have to do a
You have to
proposal.
communicate
Yeah, you
differently.
have to communicate differently because now they're allocating in some scenarios $20 million worth of funds. It's
There'll
like
be a
no,
day when you have to do proposals when you're trying to get into Target and all these different
yeah, but
places,
I
maybe.
don't expect my has to be $20 million. I mean, I would love it. I would love that idea. But think about it, bro. Like you're not, versus when you making a $20 purchase, you don't want to talk to somebody to do that. You wouldn't just make a $20 purchase in Target versus when you finna spend 10,000 or 10 grand, you want to talk to somebody before you make that
Most
transaction.
definitely.
So it's a different conversation that you got to have versus this $20 sale. So
I
that's
got
what I mean between low value and high value
you. Yeah.
sales. It's the communication is different, right?
Yeah, most definitely. When you're selling low ticket items versus
Yeah,
high ticket items, definitely,
yeah.
because there's a lot more involved. Of
That's a
course, the
lot,
money is more, so that takes a
you
little
know.
more to get someone to
And then it's
cross
different expectations comes, with along with spending something maybe like a
major,
million
yeah,
dollars. It's like, bro, like no, you want
or not though.
contracts need to be in place.
In other ways, let me put
Yeah,
it this way: Louis Vuitton, Gucci, these brands, right? They started maybe like as a low ticket item, and they've built it to now where it's at, and people just walk in and buy Louis V or whatnot. But it's psychology, though.
yeah,
You know
it's
what
the
I'm saying?
psychology, but that happened over time. Like
Yeah,
when Louis V first started, it wasn't a situation where they was automatically selling their bags for 10 grand.
right, exactly.
Like that was a track record of delivering great service, great product, and now it has become a household brand. And so kind of like with in You King, New King, at some point it's going to be a household brand because as I continue to move around the city and move like people like, oh, I remember you, I remember that hat, so it takes time to build a brand like that where you those expectations and
Yeah.
what you're going to get and you willing to pay this price for that service or that
What
product.
Ricky Rose say? He said, when you're thinking about building a brand, you got to think in decades.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, and of course that's what it takes. Because I think a lot of times we also sometimes might um really underestimate what it takes to build a household name. And building household names, when you think about the Walmart owners, what's his name?
Sam
Yeah,
Walton.
and all these people, right, that have built these big companies, right?
Hmm.
Amazon, right? I mean, these people have taken decades to become the person they are today. So
And then another thing, like in business, like it's like accessibility and convenience. Like
mhm.
consumers love that idea. It's like, bro, if I can get this in a more efficient manner, it makes sense for me to do it this way instead of doing it that way. So what Amazon did, they simply created a stream where you can get service just like that.
But you know
They
what
make
I
it easy for you to check out now. Pay.
but of course they've built something where they fulfill it, right? But you know what? All these businesses that I've also realized that are really just like right now excelling and are killing it. They don't really own anything, right? So it's arbitrage.
Right.
When you're thinking about Uber, when you're thinking about Amazon, when you're thinking about these businesses, Airbnb doesn't own houses. You know what I mean? What they do is connect two people to operate, and they take a percentage. Same thing with Amazon. People go online, they put their products up, right? They're able to open a shop and sell in between, and they're making a lot of margins on just taking a percentage of their
The
sales.
volume.
You know what I'm saying?
And so that's the conversation that I was having with my brother a few weeks ago. Because if I would have said something about, it's like, man, I'm gonna deliver food door to door. Back during that time, somebody would have said, bro, that's the dumbest thing. Who's gonna deliver food to everybody to front door? Like people would have shut that down immediately. But it's like the person who actually executed on it is the one who's benefiting from it.
Yeah,
It be the
man.
simple things that matter. It's like, bro, like that idea really came across my head at the time. It's like, bro, it would be so awesome if people can deliver food directly to my door.
Yeah.
And
No,
guess
for
what
sure.
happened? Somebody executed on it.
Yeah. The arbitrage, man. You don't gotta own the business. You don't even. I mean, even when you think about affiliate marketing, that's another form of making money, right? You essentially don't have to run the business. You don't have to fulfill the product. You don't have to do none of that. But based on your personal brand or whatnot, or being able to market something, right, you're able to benefit from it and take a percentage of that sale. And you get paid on the upfront. Everything else gets taken care of like that. I think the best business models in today's age, I mean, of course, are arbitrage. They just things where you could put less energy but be able to help other people benefit, and in reverse, by bringing that value, you get compensated.
But at the same time, like I think we got to be really, really careful when we say less energy, because black people, when they say less energy, we don't do shit. So I just want you to be real careful and explain what it is, what you mean by less
Exerting
energy.
low energy just means that use your, use your brain. You still
Yeah,
have to do the work. You still
yeah,
got to go online and learn these skills and connect and do what you got to connect the dots. You still got to do your research. But low energy means that labor. We sometimes we got to think smarter, like I said, about partnerships, about leveraging what we have, technology and different things
collaborating.
to collaborate and just be able to excel our progress and our success versus trying to a lot of times start everything from scratch. Like even when you think about mergers and acquisitions and things of that nature, people buy businesses that are already successful, right? And run it that way. You don't even have to start a business from scratch. If you have the capital for it, you can buy someone else's successful business and run it that way, right? And so, I mean, look, the point of today's discussion, as we jump off the second season, I just wanted us to have conversations where it gets people's minds going
Right.
on what they all can do, or at least, is available to them to level up this year.
Right.
We have no excuses, man, to make this year, to say that, hey, I wasn't able to make this happen or that happen, because there's so many different ways to make money, to level up, to elevate, to build your wealth, your ecosystem. And that's really what I wanted to jump off with. I know we didn't really have much planned, but I was like, look, we're gonna have a discussion
Yeah.
where at least we can spark up some interesting topics, to where, if this conversation helped one or two people today, that was like, you know what, man, I've been thinking about what I was gonna do this year, and I'm trying to figure it out.
And that's the thing. Don't think about it. Execute on it. Go and do it.
Yeah,
You think about it, you'll think forever.
you'll think forever. That's another thing. There's
You know,
what is it called? It's called when you're doing too much research, but then you know too much, but you never execute.
information paralysis.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So analysis paralysis.
Analysis paralysis. Yeah. I
That I've been a victim of that before, where I
Yeah.
do a lot of research. I am like an expert at the topic,
Yeah.
but then I'm like,
But then it's like if during that time it's so simple. You know what I'm saying? If you're an expert at research, you can be a research architect. Like, nah, bro, just
execute.
literally market your research. That's it.
Yeah, man.
You know.
That's another thing. You can sell your research. That's what we doing.
Sell your
Selling
research.
y'all research right now. But yeah, most definitely. I think that most important thing is you don't gotta know it all, bro. You just gotta find something, and if it sparks your mind, your interest, and then go for it. You learn as you go. I think that's the most important thing as well. Um,
Yeah, like we learning so much with shooting this show, man. Like I
right.
said, you look at our first show compared to the show right here.
No facts.
So it definitely has came a long way.
No, most definitely, bro. Most
We
definitely.
came a long way from the back room.
Right, man. So besides that, I want us to catch up just for the last few minutes here, man.
Yeah.
Of course, it was the holidays. You went back home for a little bit, right? I've been out traveling a little bit, seeing family and things of that nature. Last year when we were talking, man, I think on the couch you said something like, "Yeah, like I'm about to get married. I found me a queen." To the ladies out there, man,
What?
what,
This is
what
nothing.
what's going on in
This
your
is
in your
this
in
is
your
this
dating
is
life these
nothing.
days, man? What you got going on? I just don't want us
This is nothing.
to.
Oh man,
Oh man,
I'm just chilling right now, bro. No, I am, bro.
I love putting this man on blast.
Yeah, bro. I ain't been dealing with too many women.
Too many women. Yeah, man. I
I've been
mean,
focused on trying to build, man. I'm trying to get this 500 mil with my boy Saul over here, man.
yes, sir. My thing is,
What about you, man? Yeah, I know.
my thing is honestly, bro. This show I wanted to not just be. Of course, it's two guys usually, and we've had a lot of guy guests, right, male guests on our show. I want to incorporate female, energy in this show, and so that's something we're going to be doing this year or this second season, and moving forward is diversifying a little bit of who we bring on the show and having that female perspective as well on different things. There's a lot of females on the come up doing great things, and they have just great qualities and a lot to teach us as
Yeah,
well.
it's been a lot of women reaching out to collab with us, bro.
Yeah.
Don't look like that because I wasn't saying that. No, but no, they definitely reaching out and they wanting to collaborate with us.
Right.
They gonna help us get to where we're trying to get to at a much faster rate, bro. Because it's sometimes women can get in rooms, but men that cannot sometimes, right? So
I
it's by
always
nature,
that's that chess is one of my favorite games, and if you play chess, the queen can move around that board like the king can't. You know what I mean? So they always said that the chess mirrors life, and when you look at it, it's like, man, that's very true. Like a woman can get in different
So
rooms
you believe
and
in game theory?
game theory. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think chess is like a really an elite game.
Right.
Kings and these high people in high society levels, like the Masons, and these people play chess for a reason. They always said chess mirrors life, and even in war times, they used to really like plot things based on the chess game. Like, oh, if we make this move, that move. So when you're playing chess,
I think I get the same type of like. I'm not a huge chess player, but I play
dominoes.
I play checkers. You know what I'm saying? Dominoes, bro. I do play dominoes too.
Yeah,
You know how to play dominoes?
no, I don't
Oh,
actually. I'm
okay.
terrible at dominoes.
But yeah, I feel like
Every
most.
sports or like mental game allows you to learn something. Like
Yeah,
you
that's
play
what I'm
sports, you
saying.
play basketball,
It's the
all
same
right.
thing. I feel like it mirrors life.
It mirrors life, right? They say
Yeah,
life is what is it? Ball is life, right?
yeah.
But overall, man, yeah, I'm really happy and excited for the second season, bro. And we're back at it again. Took a little break. It was rejuvenating. How do you feel? You feel rested? You feel,
Yeah, bro. I'm feeling empowered, bro. I got that NU King on, bro. So anytime I put this on, I'm feeling
but you
good.
feel empowered.
Feel ready to conquer the
What is it?
world, bro.
Let me ask you a question, man. I know they said you get those diamonds from Congo, from the ground of Congo,
Yeah.
and where the energy comes from. Can you tell us a little bit about the crystals that are on your hat,
The
man?
crystals, man. I mean, it's self made, bro. Shout out, like I said, my designer Ricky, man. He put his heart into it, so he's truly a good
Ricky, where
designer.
you getting
So so
these?
so I'm gonna say, you say it come from the Congo. I say it come from God.
But you know what's
You
going
know what
on
I'm
in
saying?
Congo, right? I bring that up because Congo is one of the most wealthiest,
As
naturally
far as diamonds, I
diamonds.
was
I mean, they
actually
got like I forgot what the other thing is called, but essentially what our iPhones and all these phones, the technology, TV, everything, even the Teslas and all this are made of this natural resource that's actually being dug out of Congo. And you see these people, these kids and stuff, in these large places just mining for this stuff, right? And they get pennies on the dollar, bro. And these companies, of course, are making trillions of dollars. You know what I mean? And so I think,
that's America though. That's capitalism.
sadly to say, right?
Yeah.
But I think, man, that's another thing. Like going into these coming years, man, long vision. For me, is being able to head back to Africa, man.
All right, let me ask you this because we know that Africa is wealthy, right?
Hmm.
Some would say poor, but it's wealthy as in its resources, right?
Right.
So would you say, you being from Ethiopia, would you go utilize those resources over there and bring them back over here for capitalistic purposes, or would you rather build infrastructure over there instead?
No, I'd rather build infrastructure over there, and if we can exchange, right, what we have for the right amount of value or in exchange, right, then I think we should, because look, even recently they found oil in Ethiopia.
Right.
There is some natural resource. I mean, to where just like Congo, we have a lot of natural resources. We built one of the biggest dams, so right now, the Nile River goes through Ethiopia and then gets to Egypt and all this. We built one of the biggest dams, and we're going to be actually selling energy to different countries, and we're going to be making about $2 billion a year on selling energy. Things like this, right?
All right, let me ask you this. So why is it that they consider Africa poor?
No, they don't. They don't consider Africa poor. They
Why
tell
do?
you Africa's
Yeah,
poor.
okay. I just want to make
They
sure.
don't
I know
consider.
this. I
You
just
know
want you to
what? You
make
know
be
what?
transparent
They
because you
wouldn't
be.
consider Africa poor because they in Africa telling us that Africa is poor while they out there mining for what we have and digging for what we have and taking advantage of our people. You know what I'm saying?
So
So
it's a psychological effect that they plan
yeah,
on
they
having
didn't want
people.
African Americans to even go back home, but you see how the encourage like we're encouraging people to travel back to Africa. You know, there's really investment opportunities and so many things going on that we got to invest in Africa, man. That's home. You know what I'm saying? And
What's his name? Akon is doing it big. He's over there big, building a city, right?
yeah, there's a what is it? Con City, Acon, something like that.
Yeah,
He's
he's doing
building.
big things.
But I mean, look, even recently, right? And when we're talking about currency, Ethiopia, and a bunch of different countries came together for the BRICS, right? So we're creating a whole ecosystem, or we're creating a whole new economy now because the dollar has been the number one currency for the whole world to transact this whole time. But how are we benefiting from that? You know what I'm saying? When they're coming and getting our resources, right? How are we have the like they're not their dollar is not even backed by anything
Yeah, it's
outside the
not.
American army. You know what I mean? The
Well,
biggest thing
I
that the
mean, it
American
used to be
dollar
it
is,
used to be backed by gold, but it's not backed by anything
and
now.
it's not ever since they changed it with, you know what I mean? So now they're just printing paper, and it's not, there's no value in having this paper, right? And that's why it's inflated.
Right.
That's why, the value of the dollar is going down. But when you think about these countries, we have all like the resources that we need to build our own currency.
But couldn't you fault that for Ethiopia not knowing the value of their own resources?
Nah, you know what it is, man. We just have a lot of people. We had a lot of people in power that, unfortunately, didn't have a love for their people or didn't have the integrity. You know what I'm saying? The sad part is that people sell you out, man. You know, for their own benefit, and so it's just a very it's an ugly space. You know what I mean?
It's global oppression, bro. That's
Yeah, it's
all.
global oppression, and guess what? These people that come in power, a lot of times they're also controlled. You know what I mean? Like when you think about Omar Gaddafi, who was about to change everything in Africa at the time, because he was about to bring all the countries in Africa together, build our own currency, right? And we're about to take over. Guess what? Execute it, right? Every time there's somebody that steps up to that level of bringing unifying Africa and these countries together so that we can come together to build, a new world. So, I mean, we at a level we understand that there is powers beyond us that really don't want us to, of course, build that vision,
Empowerment.
that empowerment, bro.
That's what I'm saying. If you're a king on the throne, right, you don't want to give up that power, though. If I
Who's the king on
if
the
you if
throne?
you I'm just saying in a hypothetical situation, if you're a king up on a throne, clearly you have supreme power. You got power.
Exactly. No, that's
And,
sure.
and I asked you, I said, Mikhail, give me your throne. What you gonna tell me?
I ain't giving it up. You know what I mean?
And
But
so
but
if
you
I
know,
if I feel like you ain't doing your job justly, I'm gonna go take it. But
but
you gonna do your research on me because
I
I
hear you.
asked you that question.
I hear you,
And so
man.
now you know what impresses me. You know that I'm impressed by your throne, so you know how to manipulate me,
You know
right?
what's crazy
And so
though?
that's why you got to be careful of what you impressed by because what impresses you can manipulate you.
No, that's facts.
All right.
These people ain't even kings, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. The truth is the king is really back home. You feel me? Because we just have to wake up and understand the power that we have and come together as a people. Um,
The
they
only,
just been able to manipulate, bro. You know what I'm saying? And throughout years, the sad thing about black people, man, we trust too easily, man.
no, we impressed by the material. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. Like just because it's materially good doesn't mean it's spiritually good.
yeah,
And so
man.
when you saying tap in, you saying tap into God.
Right.
God is going to give us the ability to execute on what it is that we can do to give us the progression that we need. And we asking for power, empowerment. What does that look like, bro?
Man, we about to have Dr. Umar Johnson up in this joint, bro.
Yeah. I actually connected with him too, by the way.
Umar
Yeah, I
Johnson.
connected with
And we gotta bring Umar Johnson up here, man. You
him.
know, this conversation
Pan
that went from
Africanism,
streams of income to,
Pan
this
Africanism.
one thing about you and I, bro. We gonna start a conversation. Before you know it, bro, we about to be outside marching. You know what I mean?
All right, bro.
We ain't marching no more. Tired of marches.
Yeah, bro.
We gotta do things that affect the economy, bro. That's the only way we're gonna be able to
Look,
affect change. You know what I'm saying? And that's why
the oppressors want you to talk all you
all
want
you
to.
want,
You can
nah.
talk all you want, as
We
long as
don't
you
want to
don't do
talk.
nothing. As
We
long as you
don't
don't do
do nothing. As long as you don't execute, they good. You can talk all you want, but we gotta know our power come together, bro, and build our economy, bro. Our black economy, and come together because that's the only way that we can affect change. Take back our resources, take back our power, bro,
control where our
and
intellectual
control.
property is going
Yeah,
to.
you know what I'm saying. So, but overall, I'm not here to divide people. I'm just letting you know though, like that's been the agenda for the longest, and at the end of the day, we're behind. We're behind overall the eight ball, so we got to come together to make things happen. But even on a smaller scale with us, because we haven't reached certain levels, which at some point that's the dream, to be able to make an impact, not just our neighbors and our people, in our social circle, but being able to go and expand beyond the imaginable right now, and so everything is possible,
And we
bro.
just gotta love each other, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
we be hating on each other because one person is materially wealthier than us, but that person is not spiritually wealthy, right?
no, most
And
definitely.
so, if you find yourself hating on somebody, help that person, bro. Because odds are, if you hating on him, you probably doing something
Right.
good. you know.
No, I guess, overall, I mean, bringing it full circle, we say all this to, again, we may touch up on different things, but bringing it full circle, I think, we talked about skills, low barrier of entry businesses, things of that nature, or, ideas, things that you could do in this day and age. But overall, man, the importance is because, as we need to have a way to funnel and build our influence, and it
And
takes
equity.
money to do so.
Funnel that equity into
Right,
a revenue generating asset.
right,
If you can't figure it out, help us. We can utilize all the help. I promise you.
right.
If you don't have no sense of direction, we have vision. We have a vision of where this thing is going, and we can utilize any help that you guys are willing to give for sure.
Like my brother said,
so
man, we're here to really build a community, man. And
yeah,
that's one thing we're gonna really focus on, especially this year as well, is building a strong community of people. We're gonna have networking events. We're gonna have just opportunities to bring people in the same room to really just strategize and bring ideas to fruition and help one another to reach the next level. Individually and collectively. So overall, man, are there any last words? On
yeah,
before
man.
we wrap up today,
I
man.
do, man. I like this conversation, and next episode we really gonna be lit with it. We're gonna
Yeah,
save most of the conversation for
yeah.
next
We
episode. We just coming back for the new season. But I know you asked me about relationship and women, man. How's it going for you out here, man? I know the last time that we spoke, you said you were getting married. Not
yeah.
I didn't say that.
I mean, how many times have I told you I was gonna get
Yeah,
married?
you told me like 6, 7 times. How's it going for you?
Relationships, man.
I know you're getting newer, not older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thank you. I
So
appreciate
you
that.
getting newer.
I
You know.
appreciate that, man. There's power in the tongue, and you
That's,
speaking life into me.
I'm
I
speaking
appreciate
life
it, man.
into
I'm
you,
getting
bro.
newer, not older.
Yeah.
Um, man, women, and relationships. You know, um, I'm still in that limbo, man. Just trying to I got stutter when I talk about this a little bit.
Yeah, that means you finna
Just
lie. Save the white lies, brother.
nah, I ain't
Don't
gonna lie.
listen. Don't lie to one of
I ain't
God's
gonna lie.
messengers.
I ain't gonna lie. This is what I'm gonna say though, man. I'm of course, um, still, I still have the same desire to want to get married, to start a family, and
You
things of that
believe in
nature.
multiple wives?
Uh, I'm not sure. Nah, I don't. Honestly, I believe in, one woman, one man, building that family together. I think when you involve, and some men can do it, if you have the wealth and resources to marry 10 women and have the mental and emotional capacity to maneuver all those based on your religious beliefs and all that, hey, by all means, who am I to tell you you can't, right? Personally, man, juggling multiple women, I don't think it's capable. I'm not capable of it, bro. For me, it's gonna be one woman, and that woman, I think, it's gonna be God given, bro. Like I've tried on my own to really like find the right girl, and you know what? I do come across great
Woman.
women. Huh?
Woman. You said girl, woman.
Okay, yeah, woman, females, women, girls, but a woman, essentially, right? Grown, intellectual, spiritually there, fundamentally, all that, whatever, it's all comes together, but a woman that knows herself is important, right? Because then she could,
She can
also sow
nourish.
into me. She can nourish my dreams and my vision, because that's essentially what God created a woman for, is to be a helpmate, to help the man to lead the family. But essentially, a woman can have her vision of what she wants for the family, and that's when she meets a man that fits that. But the man has to have a vision for the family and overall, where he's going to take that family, right? So we got to have a long vision, not only for our, I guess, family, but even just our communities, bro. Like a man has to really, he carries a bigger weight, right? Versus a woman, she still carries a lot of weight, but
I agree.
she's there to help and sharpen the man. And a woman that knows her place and her power is hard to find sometimes.
I'm gonna make it simple, bro, because a lot of times we make it a lot more complicated than what it's supposed to be. But as like the dynamic of a woman and a man, like the fundamental foundation have to be like a higher source, and that source being God.
Yeah,
Like for you, for me, if we're not submitting to a higher source, there's no way that a woman can submit to us and nourish what it is and nourish our vision,
for
right?
sure.
So like a woman can't submit to a man who only submits to himself,
No,
right?
for sure.
So it's like, where are you leading me? You leading me to yourself, or you lead me to the heaven?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
lead me
So
to the destination
yeah,
overall. Yeah, man. I'm praying on it, bro. I mean,
you
there's some
seek.
candidates.
Listen, you seek candidates with an S. You seek it, and they'll seek you, bro.
You seek it and you'll seek you. And the best thing that I can ever do, to be honest with you, and of course, there are times when you might want to seek, you might try to seek it or whatnot, but I've found that the best way is to, again, to attract it, become the person that you want to become and are called to become. And as you do, you attract the environments, the people that do need to be in your life. You know what I'm saying? So just focus on leveling up, and as you level up, the right people will find you. That's
That's how my brother Saul found me, bro.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
brother Saul, man. And we're gonna bring Saul one of these days up on the show. He's in real estate, like you said.
Yeah.
Real estate, of course, is another industry that is very lucrative, right? I mean, 90 or 70 some percent, if I'm correct, or 80%, forgive me on my percentages, but of millionaires in this country created their wealth through real
Land is the
estate.
basis of all wealth, man.
Yeah. So you gotta have assets, man, and nothing better than owning land and property. That's tangible asset that's always gonna be there. And you know what? Honestly, bro, another thing I'll say is that we gotta expand our mind besides just trying to invest again, just in America, even with real estate. You gotta start looking at different markets. Dubai, Ghana, Ethiopia,
Yeah.
different places, bro, where there is, again, lower entry of barrier of entry,
Because then also in those other countries,
developing.
our dollar goes a lot further over there than it does over here.
At
So
least now it does
it makes more economic sense, right? So
at
yeah,
this
I
time.
100% agree with you,
At
bro.
this time, but
At
in
this time,
about 10, 15 years,
yeah,
we
once
don't
that
know.
continue to grow their infrastructure, then it's like, dang, I wish I would have did that when it like, nah, do it now,
Right.
right?
So
Yeah,
we
I
got to
get you.
start
I'm with you.
thinking about that stuff early on. I love one of the things that I love doing lately is just really like listening a lot about Dubai real estate. I've been watching a lot of videos and just agents talking about how to purchase properties in Dubai and these different things. And just like, we got to start looking elsewhere, bro. The world is big and we can't just be contained in one place. And so just think bigger, dream bigger, you know what I mean?
And
And
getting exposure and experience, right?
no, most definitely.
So no, I 100% agree with you, bro.
This
But
was a
man,
jam-packed conversation.
yeah, bro. I think we running low on time here too, but we good. We can
Well,
keep talking.
guys,
We can keep talking
yeah, when
all
we
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 want.
we, we
We got
definitely we could talk forever, but what we want to say is that, again, thank you guys for the support, the love, all the engagement. Sorry for the delay, but we are back. 2024 is going to be an amazing
we
year.
had to get the paperwork right. We had to get the paperwork right.
and we wish y'all nothing but success and wealth, health, happiness, joy, peace, and prosperity. And level up with us, man.
Yeah, and all around leveling up experience. And like always, I am your host Nkosi.
And I am your host, Mikhail Kabata.
Peace.
Peace. Until next time.
was 25. Young king, we feel alive. I said, new kings. I said, we on to new things. New rings, and that's along with new dreams. I here focusing on leveling up, cause I knew I wasn't doing enough. God had a plan and I took it and ran. Young and I'm free and I'm taking a stance. Yeah, I lost my father, yeah, it made me a man. Yeah, it made me a man. Finally see God and he knew I wasn't playing. Yeah, he knew I wasn't playing.
Coming out the ghetto, gas on the pedal, $1 billion plans, yeah, we never gon' settle. Young kings, yeah, we coming for the legacy, making my family proud, transcend to a better me. $1 billion plan, yeah, the throne is for the taking. Moguls in the making, run it up on my brother, yeah, we gon' make a statement. Checks and balances, you know what a talent is. Queen is spoken.